Hey boos. Hey babes. Y'all, first of all, welcome to my channel. Okay, this is my very first long form video. I hope I said that right. I'm always doing shorts, which I haven't done one in a very long time. Really, like in a week, maybe 2 weeks, I haven't uploaded a short form video, which they consider shorts on YouTube. But welcome. This is the Carisha B channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so. We got a lot to talk about, friends. We got a lot to talk about, okay? First and foremost, I like to call myself the internet bestie. And that is my TikTok handle, your internet bestie on TikTok. My IG is _ the Carisha, and that is the correct spelling that I have on my actual channel. And yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it, y'all. So I'm excited to do this long form video. If you can't tell, I am about to hit these streets because today is my mom's birthday, and why not go all out for my girl? Okay, my mom does so much for my sister and I. It is miraculous. Okay, like, I don't even know. Shout out to all the mamas. The Fantasia said this goes out to all my baby mom. Yeah, I'm you know, I salute y'all. Which brings me to my next topic, y'all. Your girl is on a journey to becoming a mother, and as much as this is exciting for me, I know it got to be exciting for y'all. This is the part where I insert the yay. I don't know how to do that yet, but you get the gist of it. Anywho, y'all, it has been a journey. So let's just start from jump. So I am in a same-sex marriage. Shout out to my wife. Woo! Shout out to my wifey. That's my babe. That's my boo. That's my everything. That's my heart. Okay. And we decided that we were gonna go ahead and make this thing official, meaning like really take the proper steps professionally to become parents. And I know you're probably like, what does that entail? Oh my god, like, what you mean? So, you know, I don't have to tell you the obvious obviously, but we literally did some testing. I went last year, May 2024, to actually get my eggs tested, uterus tested, all that good stuff, right? Just to make sure we were in the clear, everything was good, because you can never be too prepared and you can never be too sure. So, you know, everything was great. My OB was like, girl, all we gotta do is just get you pregnant. And I was like, lit, perfect, bet, we in there. What I need to do, who I need to go to, right? So she tells me the person I need to go to, the clinic, all the stuff, the doctor she referred me. Great. We get there. We decided, okay, cool. We have this information. Now, mind you, this doesn't, the timeline that I'm giving you, it's going to sound like it went bam, 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 but it didn't, because we did the testing last May 2024. We, you know, marinated on it. We, prior to that and during that process, we did at-home insemination as well. And if you don't know what that is, basically you have a donor or anonymous donor, and they give you the specimen in the cup. It's kind of like a turkey baster situation, but we use Mosey Baby syringes to actually assist us in that process, and we use Frida Baby. All cycles, yes, were unsuccessful, because by this time we will already be parents, and our lovely, lovely baby will be probably 1 by now. So we fast forward to going to getting everything pretty much taken care of to see what needs to be done, if anything. And now we are into the new year of 2025, and we decide we're going to take this to the next level, okay? And when I tell you, it has been already an emotional roller coaster, as well as just a great experience, but also, I'm not gonna use the word traumatic, because just stick with me, y'all. Just stick with me. So mainly just it's been a situation to where it's been a great experience thus far, in having the support that we do have. My wife, her support is like unmatched. My in-law support, unmatched. My mom and my uncle, because that's really all I have on my side, and my sister, unmatched. Like, we have the best support system, down to like extended family, our godparents, just our support system. If y'all watching this, mwah, I love y'all. I love y'all down. I love y'all real bad, because without y'all, I know like people going through this in a same-sex marriage, or just in a same-sex relationship, whether it's female, male or male, wanting to be parents, and that is something that is a goal of theirs. I know that it could be a struggle without having the type of support that many don't have. That's a topic within itself. So we're gonna stay focused. So we fast forward to us actually doing a consultation. My wife decided, you and your mom go, I'm gonna go to work, make this money. Cool. We do that. We meet the we meet the doctor, we meet some of the care team. They asked, obviously my doctor asked questions that needed to be asked, and you know, we kind of went from there. And my doctor's thought process was, okay, you know, we're gonna go ahead and shoot for IUI natural, and if we have to do fertility drugs, then we'll do IUI Clomid, which is a fertility drug. My hopes and prayers are that we can do this through a natural cycle, which is IUI natural, between the first 2 tiers. And of course, he broke down the other ones to me as well. Full transparency moment, IVF would not be on the table for us, being that my BMI is about 7% higher than what they consider, or what they would actually recommend someone of my stature to do IVF. And their clinic does not have anesthesia that will actually cater to my BMI. I am a plus size girly, no shame there. I definitely embrace it. I do have a lot to love, honey, and it's all between the top and the bottom, the hips and the thighs. Okay, I do have a belly, the baby, everything else, it's just it's just how I was built. Definitely blessed, but I digress. So I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. You know, we go into talking about diagnosis, like, you know, we're in the diagnostic phases, which they call it, with blood tests, as well as making sure that my wife gets her blood testing as well, which we were totally lost on why she needed to get blood tests. So I did ask that question, and basically, because we are active with one another, and you can fill in the blank before active, they just like to know your business. Basically, they just want to be all up in your business. And it was like, okay, cool, that's fine, whatever, nothing to hide here. We're very open with one another, very transparent. And I had to go through 2 rounds of blood work, and I had to do a SHG. If you don't know what that is, I will try to find something to post up here for you guys to actually see what that is, or I'll at least try to find where I can just simply put it on the video somewhere in here where you can look it up yourself. But basically, it is a procedure that is done to check your fallopian tubes, your uterus, and then the cavity of your uterus as well. So that was like step 3 during this process, or step 4, I really don't remember. But we had to do the SHG, and my wife was there to support me. I asked my mom to stay back, because obviously this is something that my wife and I are wanting to do together, and this is something that we definitely want to ensure that we take in all of the experiences and moments together. So with that came with us arriving to the clinic. Sorry you guys, I am having lower abdomen discomfort. We get there to the clinic super early. My appointment was set for 2 p.m. We got there around 1:21 p.m. and we're just sitting and waiting. You know, it's getting close to 2 o'clock. Name isn't being called or anything. And we're like, okay, well, what's going on? Why haven't we been called back or whatever. And I'm an overthinker, so by this time I'm thinking of every possible situation or every possible outcome for this procedure, right? And if you're an overthinker, sitting too long when you have to get something done is never good. It's best that when you're an overthinker, you just get there, they call you back, and boom, you get it done. You don't even have to think about it, right? You don't have time to think about it. Well, baby, they gave me all the time to think about every single thing, and that was nerve-wracking. So I psyched myself out so bad, because everything that could happen happened. They only had one person or one tech on schedule to do all of these SHGs, and it was multiple of us that were going in to do this procedure the same day. I'm seeing them going in, and I never seen anybody come out. And I'm just like, okay, well, they must be exiting out another way. Like, that's, I don't know, Houdini. And it's after 2 o'clock, to the point where, like, okay, are y'all even gonna be able to see me? Like, we drove an hour to get here, because from our house to the clinic is a drive. And so they finally call me back, and my nerves are shot, y'all. Like, shot. My wife is trying her best to calm me down, but she's a Gemini, so she's also like, girl, get it together, like, you fine. And I'm laughing about it now, but in the moment, y'all, I was losing it. I was losing it. I had a whole, like, panic attack, hyperventilating. Like, it was that bad, y'all. It was so bad. To the point where I thought I completed the entire procedure, but I didn't. So let me tell y'all, if you've not done an SHG, and your physician or your doctor, if you're on this journey to become a parent, refers you to do it, it is saline that is being injected into the uterus to check to see if your fallopian tubes are open, and to see the condition of the cavity as well as your uterus, all of the things that's inside to help the baby, the womb, all that good stuff. That's what they're checking for. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if it's because I psyched myself out so bad, nervous, or just it really just felt the way that it felt. I don't know, okay? All I know is that it felt like fire. And I've seen many people on YouTube, because of course, what do we do as females, but as human beings in general, whenever we have to get something done, or if we feel a little sick, we're gonna Google it, we're gonna look up YouTube, we're gonna spot symptom, and we're gonna figure out what it is, or what do I have to look forward to when I have to get certain things done or a certain procedure done, right? So basically, it was different feedback. Some people said, oh, it was excruciating. Some people said, oh, I didn't feel anything. Others was like, oh, it was like a cramp, but that's nothing too bad. Like, okay, whatever. And then other people was just like, yeah, wouldn't recommend. So I am amongst the ones that say, yeah, I wouldn't recommend. But don't take my word. Don't take my word, okay, to heart, because again, I was already anxious, I was nervous, I had already YouTubed and Googled like what's to come, outcome, side effects, all that stuff. Now, I will say everything that is said on Google and on YouTube was accurate. They did say afterwards you would have bleeding. They did say afterwards you would, have period like cramps, and it can be a little intense, your uterus is contracting. Like, all of that stuff was true for me. It happened, you guys. It hurt so bad. I was in so much discomfort for a week straight. I was like, this can't be normal, right? So being that I had already had so much going on and hyperventilating, and just like, oh my god, like, ooh, this hurts, oh, that feels like fire, like, oh my god, like, just, I was very vocal, but not once did I ever flinch. I didn't move back, I didn't pull away, I didn't grab nobody. I held on to my wife's hand, and she's She's like, baby, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe. You're doing fine. We're almost there. We're almost done. You know, and she's like, just look at me. You're almost done. I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the ultrasound. Like, you're fine. Everything's going to be fine. And her words were very comforting because that's my wife. Like, you know, she's my safe space. But in the midst of it all I could think about was that fire when they injected that saline. All I could think about was that feeling. And y'all, it was so bad. Needless to say, I thought I finished the procedure, but I did not. I did not like the fact that the doctor left me kind of hanging. She was just like, oh, well, you know, if they have to go in and do something else, and they'll be able to see your tubes. And at this point, I'm just like, well, what do you mean? Because I just went through all this pain. You just went all the way up in my woo-ha, and now you're telling me that you didn't even see what you needed to see? They ended the procedure because of me hyperventilating and all that stuff, which I get it. My safety, you know, is first. That's first concern, and I appreciate that. But the fact that I had mentally, like, prepared myself that all I have to do is just get through this, because our baby is going to be on the other end of this. Like, just get through this. I was just thinking about the end result. The end result is our baby. That's it, okay? It was very disheartening to know that I had to go through with another procedure called HSG. Same letters, same acronym, but organized differently. They're two different things. My HSG was a breeze, you guys. And the crazy thing is, of course, I looked on Google. I looked to see, you know, I didn't do as much in-depth preparation, quote unquote, or that much in-depth research to see what I had to look forward to, because I didn't want to psych myself out. I told myself, what will be, and I'm going to get through it, and it's going to be fine. I am nervous. I am, you know, anxious about it, and I'm going to be vocal about it. But you know what? I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get over it. I'm going to be able to say that I did this when our baby comes earthside. And that's what I put in my mind. And I knew that I didn't want to put my wife through me hyperventilating again. And I didn't want her to feel like, you know, I couldn't do it. Even though she was very proud of me. Like, even she told me after we got done with the first procedure, she said, baby, I'm so proud of you. And it just made my heart smile, because I really felt like I felt her. And that's the thing. And I'll touch on that later. But I just, in that moment, I felt like I felt her because I didn't complete the entire procedure. And I thought I did, because that's how the doctor presented it to me. But in actuality, it was never completed, which is why I had to get the HSG done. So my wife went to work. My mom and my godmother came to support and accompany me. My wife, she cheered me on. You know, she texted me, and I called her after everything was done, and she's like, I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it. And you know, I did have to get a Valium. And I did take a 800 ibuprofen. I'm not saying do this at all if you have to get a HSG. I'm just telling you what worked for me. Doing those two things, I felt absolutely nothing except for the speculum go in and crank, and that was it. With the HSG, it is a dye that they insert, but it is through a balloon. And I know you're probably like, what, a balloon? Yeah, girl, a balloon. It's not blown completely when they go to insert it, but obviously through your cervix, it does have to go through. And as it gets to where it needs to go, into the actual, you know, uterus, and get to your fallopian tubes, they pretty much blow up the balloon so the dye can disperse between your tubes. And I felt absolutely nothing. And when I tell you, this care team and this specific doctor who administered this procedure was so on brand for me, because if you know me, you know that I am a person who loves wellness and who loves spa treatment. And baby, I don't know if they did it just for me, but when I walked in that room, the mood was set. The lights were dim, and there was spa music going on, and they had essential oils going. I don't know if they researched what I like or looked up what I like. I don't know. But from the nurse who took me back, to the doctor who administered it, even to the nurse's assistant, everybody was on brand for me. They were sweet. They were angelic, they were peaceful, they were serene throughout the entire process. The doctor that was administering it, she was like, you're doing such a great job. I love your breathing techniques. We don't even have to tell you to breathe. You're doing it on your own. Just continue to do that. I'm now going to do X, Y, and Z. When I tell you, it was the best experience. And the crazy part is, everybody's reaction to the HSG, when I looked it up on YouTube, was saying that it was worse than the SHG. Now again, I don't know if it's because I had a Valium and an 800 ibuprofen. I don't know, but I was definitely calm. But I was still probably like less than 5% nervous or anxious with the whole process. The nurse that took me back was my wife's name. My wife was there. Even though she wasn't there, she was there through that nurse, and she held my hand the entire time. And she made sure I was comfortable. Now, to all of my girlies who are out there that's nervous about getting an SHG or HSG, that is totally normal. But just know that you can do it. We as women are so strong, and we can do hard things. And that is my motto for 2025. I can do hard things. We as women can do hard things. We are so magical. We are phenomenal. And if you don't take anything else away from this video, just take away that you are magical and you can do hard things. It's mind over matter, literally. As we are on this road to parenthood, I know there's going to be so many more instances where I'm going to have to face certain things. But I'm ready for it. And I can't wait for us to bring our baby earthside. And I can't wait for that baby to be healthy and happy and singing at the top of their lungs and letting us know, like, I'm here. And I can't wait to be healthy and happy as well after my labor and delivery. And as this time progresses and as this journey progresses, I'm going to keep you guys updated. Now I just have to wait for my care team and my doctor to let me know my next steps. They told me I'll know within the next 2 to 3 days. And prayerfully, I can take you guys on a journey of IUI day. And it'll be a success on the first cycle, which I am praying. Anything is possible. I know people out there who have done cycle 1 of IUI and it was a absolute success, and their baby is healthy and they're healthy. So we are definitely looking forward to that, and I can't wait to bring you guys on. I can't wait. So thank you guys for watching. Again, this is the Carisha B channel. If you have not liked, subscribed, or commented, I need you to do all 3. But most importantly, once you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can be notified whenever I drop another video. All right, you guys, love you so much. Bye.